Hi everyone, Schoolhouse Intuitive. Thanks so much for being here. Can you believe it? It's basically mid-April. I am having a hard time believing that. Let's go ahead and get started with some oracle cards and some tarot tokens. This is a reading for the Libra Collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node, any placement for the week of April 13th to the 19th. Time is approximate, of course. Do take what resonates and leave the rest. It's a general reading. And you have Justice, Libra. Fantastic. Our major arcana itself, Justice, Libra. Now, I was getting channeled messages before the reading, and I will share those as well. We also have the Magician. I love seeing that as well. Okay, Libra. Now, we just had the full moon in our sign 2 weeks ago. And now I want to point out that this week there'll be a new moon in Aries. And so it's the first new moon of the first of this new zodiac year. Okay, it always starts with Aries, right? Aries is the first in the zodiac. So I just saw 111 on the timer. Now, funny enough, Libra, 1 1, right? 11 with Justice and then 1 with the Magician. You already have 111 coming in. 111 is a big number as far as manifestation goes. There it is right here. Sign of manifestation. Keep positive as thoughts manifest quickly. This has never been more true, it feels like. Okay, so let's just keep this in mind as our reading goes on. Let's see here, Libra. A lot of you, it feels like a brave new reset or like a pivot point. Feels very powerful. The reason I was bringing up the Libra full moon, which obviously because we're Libras, and then the Aries new moon is like we go from a full moon in our sign to a new moon in our opposite sign. Okay, Aries is across from us in the on the zodiac wheel. So this feels particularly powerful. I mean, I'm getting like sort of the yin yang symbol. I've been picking up on sort of you making the most of like opposing energies. Maybe some of you are feeling very caught in the middle of something or really trying to tease out what's what. Even things like balancing your spirituality with practicality. It feels really very much like that. And we did have that powerful point of reset, okay, when I think it was Saturn in Neptune at 0 degrees in Aries. So that was a real pivotal turning point. So if you haven't really been feeling things coming into, from dreaming to doing yet, it feels like this is the week when it shifts. And I think it's tied to that lunar energy. I myself am strongly connected to lunar energy. And so that's why I always do a new moon reading. I'll do one this week for this one for us, Libra. And I always do a full moon reading. And I talk about the moon throughout my readings because we are very influenced by that energy. Whether we're aware of it or not, I strongly believe we are as someone who's intuitive. And maybe you can relate. So we're just going to put that there on top of the key. And next to the snail, there's a little snail there. All right, Libra. So we have Magician, we have Justice. It does feel like collaboration could be very strong. There are a lot of fresh ideas maybe coming in. I feel things like themes like assertive action. Yes, a bold reset. I've already said that. It's the kind of week where you start maybe to feel the momentum of things, or you realize that truly anything is indeed possible. It's going to be one of the most magnetic periods of the year for us, I feel. Okay, up until this point, anyway, I haven't tapped in as closely to the rest of the year yet, but so far this is the most magnetic period of the year for us, and it starts like right now. Okay, and it feels there's going to be like prioritization of practicality, but not losing sight or sense of the passion behind something. You could feel you're really focusing on financial strategy. Again, like sort of fresh ideas with regard to that. It feels like right before the reading, I was really getting a decluttering, like serious decluttering. So maybe some of you are doing that. It could just be, you're getting like clarity with thoughts. So with the Justice card, it's like, being able to tease out what really matters. It's a card generally of cause and effect, of truth coming to the surface. It's also one of living with integrity and honesty and seeing through illusions. The Magician has to do with that sort of limitless creation, right? Your ability to manifest, to focus, and to make the most of your resources. It lets you know that you have enough where you are, and progress is not perfection. It's like you have enough to get started. We've been getting that message for a while. Libra, please. What do we have? Datura. So this is about illusion, surrendering, and passion. I'm sorry, passage. And this is what illusion must dissolve before you can move through the gate. That really plays nicely into that Justice and Magician. When we think about justice, and I just talked about being able to discriminate between this and that, and tease out what's an illusion, and then you literally get a card in a deck that's pretty new to our channel, that says illusion right on it. And it's like you're passing through that. And I feel like for a lot of you, you've surrendered to kind of what is in your control, but wow, are you really taking the reins? And if we get the Wheel of Fortune and the Chariot again, that would be pretty cool. But it's like you're really, because you're able to tease out what's fact and what's fiction as Libras naturally, but also in this particularly magnetic time period, it feels like the answers you're going to be drawing in solutions to problems and things like that. It really does feel like a revolutionary reset for you, or us, I should say. So before you can move through the gate, Datura, really bringing it down, right? Let's see, bringing it in. Balance is being tested too. There's sweetness here. It says licorice root. So sweetness has to do with voice. There could be some sort of like, you go from nervousness to ease. It's really, I'm getting sort of this paradoxical energy of like calmness and restlessness, like like being so calm could actually be creating some sort of anxiety or nervousness. So like, oh, it's not like me to be this calm usually. So that could make you start then getting your Libra mind going and going, wait, what's something can't be right here, So just kind of a randomly specific message I'm getting. So this is how can your works bring softness? Oh no, your words, sorry. I should put some glasses on, huh? How can your words bring softness, Libra, to yourself and to others? I feel like that's enough for these. Enough out of you, plant spirit messages. No. All right. Well, let's just get into tarot. Let me put these aside, find a spot for them. For Libra, we're going to get some tarot, then I'll go back to Oracle, and we'll just keep switching back and forth. So if you like crystal cards, angel numbers, animal messages, and angel numbers, you'll enjoy this reading. There'll probably be something here for you if you're here. If you enjoy the video, do like, subscribe, hype, leave a comment, all that. Consider membership. What do we have? When readings are offered, they are through schoolhouseintuitive.com. Libra. Whoa. Nine of Cups, fulfillment. Good. I like seeing this for us. I feel like there's a caution though, and I think it does have to do with illusion, with what's truly fulfilling. Is what you're doing really truly fulfilling? Is the relationship you're in really satisfying? Is it really fulfilling you? So just some questions are coming into my mind already. You could find that you're really questioning things, questioning reality, questioning, what you want to do, where you want to be, who you want to be doing things with, who you don't want around anymore. Again, this real sense of decluttering to really direct and focus your energy. Then you have the Hierophant. You could be finding out that something you believed in or thought was true, or even like just formal education or something, an organization or society has been telling you is something that you yourself are questioning, particularly when it comes to things like finances and just where you're putting your resources in general. You could be questioning your values. Again, what really brings you excitement, what really makes you feel fulfilled with the Nine of Cups and the Hierophant. Is it a 9 to 5? You know, we've got 9 and 5 here. Is it the classic, typical kind of work, or are you pursuing something different? You know, something a little less traditional. Let's see. Anything being possible here, Libra? Communication is going to be clearer too, I think, because we have to, I think we do, especially with that card coming in, and I was getting this channeled beforehand, that we really need to be careful with our words because they're so incredibly powerful and they can really slice. They can slice through illusion and things and get us to the truth, but they can also be damaging if we're not careful. So making sure we realize the power of our words. And so let's see what else we have, because with Mercury and Aries, I mean, Mercury is like communication and Aries can be quite fiery, and then we're an air sign. So I feel kind of like, ooh, we're really adding, you know, fuel to the fire, but also I am feeling like we can use that to our advantage when it comes to um, bringing in what it is we want to attract. It can make us more attractive. It can make us more clear. It can make us more in demand. It could make us more just magnetic. We're really feeling, I feel like Libra is going to be especially magnetic, particularly if you have Aries strong placements in your chart. This is a great period, a great time for creation, for bringing your desires into reality, particularly if you do anything that has to do with language. Because now, like I said, Mercury is going to be going into Aries in the next couple of weeks, and communication could just come a lot more easily for you. You could be getting new ideas that you really want to put into language. Okay. So maybe you're going to have some sort of strong collaboration coming in, and you could really make the most out of this energy. And that's always my idea with the readings, right? It's not to tell you what to do. They're not directive, they're not prescriptive, but what they do is they're reflective, and hopefully they're inspirational, and they kind of let you know how to make the most of the energy. Now, Libra, as I said, I was like, well, how cool would it be if we got the Chariot and or Wheel of Fortune, and here we have the Chariot, and there's the Star card. I mean, you have 3 major arcana cards already out of 4 tarot cards. I've only pulled 4, so 75%. An overwhelming percentage is in. This is a major life change. Things aren't going to be the same after this time period. I think a lot of you will be relieved for that. I'm not trying to invalidate all the craziness that's going on in the world. Not at all, right? We're not doing any of that kind of stuff here. We're pretty honest and straightforward, and we don't sugarcoat things, but at the same time, there's still good to be had. There's still things to celebrate within our own personal journeys. And after all, that is what we are facing every day, is our own personal journeys and experiences, as well as, yes, feeling that connection to all that's going on outside of us, not just within. So with the Chariot here, it feels like you get that clarity of direction. I also feel there's clarity with connection. Okay, so you're going to be able to move something forward here. And this is, again, it has to do with like maybe you even using words, language, that sort of thing to bring people together. And so Mars also is going into Aries. That actually already happened about a week ago, and it's going to stay through mid May till like around the 19th, I think it is. But what this could be is this could be like bursts of energy. You could be feeling more vibrant, it feels like, or you could be feeling as though you're just able to really get out of the gate and kind of go for it, tuning into that sort of fiery energy of the fire horse, right? We're in the year of the fire horse, and I know many of you were born in that year. So this is your year. My friends. What else? Oh my gosh, look at that. Like I said, those bursts of energy. I mean, this is really right on point with that. This is one of the fastest cards in the tarot. Particularly powerful when you have it paired with the Chariot. It lets me know that you've passed the test, and you're ready for the success. And I did not mean to rhyme, but hey, and maybe as a fellow Libra, I already have some some of that way with words coming in. No, so with the Knight of Swords, yeah, this is impulsive action, so we want to be mindful of that. But you could also be just, again, it's assertive action. That's the best way I can frame it. Okay, very assertive action, and it's towards, uh, possibly having your day to day, even, and your values more just in line with what you're doing day to day. So things really kind of matching up, the pieces of the puzzle kind of fitting together. Again, you could be bringing in, practicality into your spirituality, or just making even just spirituality, or like even law of attraction type stuff, incorporating that into your daily existence, into your daily environment. Okay. Number eights and sevens could be part of your part of the week here coming up. This feels like it goes way beyond just this week, though. This feels like this is a powerful change, really. Yeah, this feels real. Maybe it's because we're having the first, like I said, this new moon of, it's the new moon in Aries. We have it every year. We have at least one every year, and it just feels super pivotal. Really, feels a very powerful energy. Big shift. Look at that. I mean, I'm not making this up. It's coming out in the cards as I'm speaking. So here we have the Four of Swords. They're resting, retreating. They've got their dream amethyst, their amethyst here, I should say. That's not dream amethyst, it's just amethyst. And that can actually help you with focusing on your dreams, and focusing on, yeah, just even I'm feeling this sort of like breaking attachments that are not truthful or helpful, because we're big into our truth and the honesty and things coming out into awareness. As I said, you are also getting this new possible bursts of energy, vitality, that sort of thing. And it couldn't be more true with the sun here, this fiery sun here coming in. And there's that new joy, the new spark of life. I mean, this is the time when magical things can happen for us. All right. Let's see what else we have. Oh, we have the Emperor. What I tell you? Oh my goodness! And there's the card of Aries itself. Okay, this is 100% Aries here. Emperor energy coming in, and I love that we have it coming in this very powerful reading. I feel like this reading could be for Aries too, if you have strong Aries in your chart. It really feels like that. Even if like your node, like north or even your south node, like it just feels like there's again, opposites attract. There's something here with that. Really, it's like such a powerful collaboration, these energies coming together, the fire and the air. Okay, we're the air, and then Aries being fire, for those of you who aren't as familiar with astrology. So and I'm not an astrologer, I just love it. I learn as I live. And I like to see how it plays out in life. But there's some sort of deliberate approach here, something um, that it's like you've thought it over. As I said, remember I said fours were coming in. Well, here we have four. Or did I say that? I thought I did. If I didn't, here it is, because now you have 44 with the Emperor. I'm also getting, yeah, I'm getting nines, all kinds of numbers. I said eight. That's what it's, eights and sevens, and now we're getting fours, but definitely ones. There's all kinds of numbers here. So really paying attention to those number synchronicities. We'll make sure we get numbers cards. I'm going to pull out the crystal cards. I feel like some of you may even be working more closely with crystals, or finding out what goes with what. Maybe you're even putting together crystal combinations that wouldn't normally go together, but somehow they're balancing each other out. Let me know in the comments if you have any cool crystal combinations and what you use them for, like what you like them for. I love crystals, as you can probably tell by looking at my table, and you should see the room around me. My goodness, but yeah. So let me know about that if you're into crystals too. Maybe some of you are starting a business when it comes to selling crystals, or making crystal jewelry, or jewelry in general, or that sort of thing. Okay, I'm actually going to get a crystal card right now. They want us to do that. My guides, I should say. My higher self, whatever you want to call it. There's some sort of achieved wisdom and success. I feel that. I'm hearing that phrase in my clairaudiently, like achieved wisdom and success. You have achieved wisdom and you'll find success here. You're creating the success. And here we have Ocean Jasper with schedule yourself in. Scheduling yourself in. What else? We have find your calm with blue lace agate. finding the calm within the storm too, okay? And then schedule yourself in, find your calm. And how funny, it's coming underneath that Four of Swords. And they're scheduling themselves in. They have found their calm, they're finding their center, their focus. And we have Amazonite here, loosen your grip. All right, Libra. That's it for now with this. There's some sort of big catalyst for change coming in, it feels like. All right, okay, Libra. What else do we have from Tarot? The Emperor, being really in control of one's life. It's underneath that Chariot. Okay, you're in that driver's seat. The Emperor doesn't question if they should be Emperor. They're very comfortable being in positions of power and leadership. Maybe that's you I'm talking about. We also have the Queen of Swords. Look at that, the Queen of Clarity herself. You are ready for this. You are ready for this, my friends. Queen of Swords, that's us. There we are, Queen of Swords energy, male, female, doesn't matter in tarot. It's the energy alone, okay? It's the energy on its own. So the Queen of Swords is about that self-sufficiency, really having that honesty and being able to perceive what's really going to, with the direction we really need to go. They're able to see things even like before they happen. Some people don't, they only, when they see like Queen of Cups or even Queen of Wands, they think, oh, they're the ones who are like most intuitive. Well, the Queen of Swords is extremely intuitive as well. It might come across as a different type of intuitive abilities. Maybe it's more like claircognizance, right? Like clear knowing. Like we just know things, and we're able to kind of read people and their motives and things. So that's one reason. And plus, we connect it to sort of things when they're out of balance or they're unfair, right? So we have these. We have kind of a knack for that. Reading between the lines and whatnot. And then we have the moon, and oh my, there's some, here, I love this because we have in the very same little cluster of cards here, these three right here, we have us in the middle of the Aries Emperor in the moon. And what is this week about? A lot of it is going to heavily be about that Aries new moon. Okay, and I believe it's on the 17th of April. Of course, sometimes it can be a little different considering, Australia is like 15, 16 hours ahead of us and stuff like that. So hello, shout out to my Aussie friends. I have many of you, so thank you for being here. All right, so the moon can have to do with, like I said before, like slicing through illusions. And look who we have facing that moon. It's the Queen of Swords herself. And we're basically getting to the bottom of anything that has felt manipulative or has felt fear-ridden, anxiety infused, all of that. We're getting to the bottom of it. It feels like we're reclaiming our personal power. Yes. There's a lot of discipline here, and there's just a lot of like assertive, not just action, but clarity. Because we have the clarity, we can move forward more clearly, more confidently. But it isn't just peaches and cream, I'm hearing. All right, so let's go ahead and get some letting go. Magic of letting go. What do we need to know about? Please, what do we need to know? What do we need to possibly let go, face, surrender to? Allow change. This is about unlocking new possibilities, Libra. And viewing change as a way to grow, not as a threat. We don't all love change, but sometimes it has to happen so we can do better things, or just do better or be better in general. You also have ease resentment. Forgive yourself too. This is embracing forgiveness and letting go of past burdens. And then we have people pleasing. Ah, how very Libran. People pleasing. So we're setting boundaries. We're prioritizing our own needs by learning to say no. Cancerian energy. Also, this may be particularly relevant for you. Also Pisces. If you have strong Pisces in your chart, I'm just feeling that. Okay, what else? We have don't compare. So comparison diminishing. What is it with my words today? This is honoring your uniqueness, okay? So not comparing yourselves to others. Comparisons with others diminishes your own sense of self-worth, and that is something we want to stay away from. All right, there's a lot of fire energy. I love this. But you have a nice balance. You have fire, you have air, you have earth, you have water with all of your major arcana cards. I mean, You have one, well, you have like two regular minor arcana cards. The rest are major arcana or court cards. Sorry, court cards. So they're also kind of elevated positions within their suit. So there's just a big, maybe there's some sort of elevation taking place in your world. We have seeking approval here. This is about trusting yourself. I get for a lot of you too, you're not waiting to be like approved for something, or you're not waiting for other people to kind of validate you in some way. You've already done that yourself. So this is relying on your own. Oh my gosh, I did not even read this card yet. And it says validation. So rely on your own inner wisdom of validation. There it is. Excellent, excellent. Let's get another one. You're enough. Growth is a journey. Growth is a journey. Remember I said at the beginning of the reading, I said progress is not perfection. I said that when we only had our tokens out. And that's what it says here. Progress, not perfection. It's okay to make mistakes, Libra. It's part of the journey, right? It's part of the journey. You wouldn't be you if you hadn't had the challenges too. Again, with the rhyming. And we have beyond envy, detox relationships. So this is cultivating mutual respect and banishing toxic dynamics of some kind. All right, Libra. Divine compass, tell us, give us a little direction, a little divine direction, if you will. Actually, I guess we're going to get some divine direction oracle cards too. So you could find these messages resonate with any area of your life. Career, money, love, projects, all the stuff, life purpose. It says rough road, so take precautions. I feel this has to do with things like impulsiveness or dealing with people who are impulsive. Prepare carefully before you continue. It's a long journey ahead. Yeah, this isn't going to be a quick, instant thing. It's already been a rough road, a bumpy ride for a lot of you. And we have inner vision, see what's real. Oh my gosh, this is our reading, right? Again, cutting through the fog of confusion with your power of discernment. You can't make this up. I've never even seen this card. Not that I recall. I mean, this is a new deck, so I've only used it a couple of times, and we're getting, like, when we only had the tokens out, that's what was coming through, and now we have like word for word on some of these cards. It's amazing to me. So really, it tells me, like, that's what I feel like. I feel like you're going to be so on point with your sword, your Libran sword. Really, really, if you want clarity, now's the time to be doing things like meditating. Even if you're just outside connecting with nature on your lunch break or whatever it is, just connecting a little more with the parts that make you unique and divine and your own little, oracle, so to speak, I guess. Okay. And then we have real promise. I think that did come out in a recent reading. So there's real promise here. You're free to move. So you're releasing the chains of the past and dancing to the rhythm of possibility. I do want to get a little more tarot because there's something here, again, like there's just something that, as far as this rough road, I want to get some clarity on rough road. Okay, you have the Six of Wands. So we go from rough road to smooth sailing here with this Six of Wands. This is getting that public success and recognition. So it could be you've had a really rough road as far as career, finances, and then it kind of comes. What I'm actually hearing clairaudiently, and maybe this will make sense to someone, like you're coming out of hiding or coming out of a slumber. So maybe you like retracted your energy for a while and now you're putting yourself back out there, or for the first time even. We have strength. This could definitely take some courage, Libra. And you have now, I want to point out, the two cards in tarot that have the infinity, or two of them that have the infinity symbol over their heads. Right? And so this is like reminding you, you have a lot of possibilities here. Really tapping into your own potential. Two cards of potential here with the Magician, the Strength card. Well, you also, I mean, there are other cards here that we could say have to do with potential. Some of you, I want to point out too, you have the Star card and the Sun card. So this can absolutely, and the Six of Wands. So you basically have the main cards, for me anyway, that would symbolize you becoming the star of your own show. Like maybe literally you're on stage in some way. So there's a big opportunity. Like this is star vibes all the way here with this. Okay. Um, let's see. What else do we have? So many major arcana cards. My goodness. And they're strong ones too. You know, oh, there's the tower. I knew it would happen. I'm like, oh, keep talking and just wait. So there's some sort of possible like sudden change. um you know, it can be upheaval. I feel like, oh, but look, Libra, I was just going to say, but I feel like because you're freeing yourself from, again, like sort of those toxic relationships or anything that's not respectful. It's like you may be causing upheaval in someone else's life even, or there could be sort of a global fear. I know there's a lot of that, but it could be global fear or confusion even, and you're like having to make sense of it. You're, again, the queen of clarity, it feels like, with this. So there's new beginnings here. There's this fresh hope. Okay. So keeping that bit of optimism, regardless of the towers that are going on around you. Maybe some of you want to limit the news and things, and just, and not be maybe necessarily around people that are just talking about all the bad stuff going on. I feel like you're well aware of it and you're going to get that news and information anyway. And it's not that you're trying to just ignore it, but it feels like in order to like live your own life and survive each day, you know, there's that balance. Like, yes, we want to be aware, we want to be connected, and we feel it of what's going on in the world, but at the same time, we're needing to kind of ground ourselves and focus on what it is we can control, and really uh, find our own calm and grounding. And that way we can, you know, say, you know, for example, if you're a Reiki practitioner or you're someone who meditates or something, you want to be doing that from a place of calm, of love, of, you know, a centered existence, so that you're more powerful. So you're really harnessing your power, like with the Chariot and the Star card and the Queen of Swords and the Emperor, all of the cards you have on the table, you're harnessing your ability. And in order to do that, you know, if we're sinking into those lower vibration energies around us, yes, they're there, they're real, but it's about knowing how to kind of detach when needed, and is, you know, when you can, you know, for your own survival, because you're trying to live your life too. Okay, so that is not selfish, that's self-preservation, and it is necessary sometimes to get through storms such as the ones we've been going through as a planet, literal and figuratively, right? Libra, divine direction here. Now, I want to point something out here. I've had to get ahead, way ahead on your readings. Normally, I'm like 1 to 2 weeks ahead, so I'll be filming them, you know, 1 to 2 weeks ahead. This one in particular is about 4 weeks in advance, and the reason for that is I do have some things going on in my own personal life that do need to be addressed over the next month at least. So I've gotten way ahead of our readings. Now I'm able to do that still because energy is not bound by space nor time, right? um, those are social constructs that are an illusion, really, right? And that's part of what this reading's all about, you know. And so yeah, so it's just as accurate. You're going to see it playing out. I've done this kind of thing before when I've had surgery or whatever, so I know that I'm able to do that. And plus, being someone who's Reiki attuned, like, you know, there's a way to utilize Reiki in order to also like tap in intuitively for the future as well. So just letting you know that. But my point in telling you this is that it's because, and fast forward if you don't want to hear any of this till I flip the next card. But my point is that I don't know what's happened in the last month. Okay. So from like March, you know, 15th to when you see this, I've done many other readings. This one I'm doing mid-March for us for mid-April. So, all right. So just so you know, if you're connecting this to anything global, I don't know yet. All right. Because it hasn't happened yet. All right. So back to the cards here. Okay. Let off steam. Let off steam. That's going to be important. You know, we got to have those outlets. So be conscious not to hold in the stress, the anger, the anxieties. Reconnect with your spirit. Let it all out, right? That's part of that conscious detachment that sometimes we need to do for our own self-preservation. We want to reserve and preserve the goodness within us. And in order to do that, we sometimes have to, you know, go into that Four of Swords, you know, that retreating kind of mode. All right, what else do we have, please, for Libra? If you're enjoying this reading, please like the video, subscribe, comment, all the stuff I already said, right? Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Remember, we have our second channel, Libra. It's Schoolhouse Intuitive, right? It's more of an all signs channel as well as psychic medium channel messages with loved ones in spirit. I know many people are really enjoying it, so I really changed that channel to kind of fit what people have been wanting. So what else do we have? Whoa. All right. We have a card on the floor. And it happens to be wealth. There could be money landing at your feet. Okay. And we have empowerment too. So wealth and empowerment. And there are other sources of wealth, right? Not just money, but this does specifically say new financial opportunities will help you achieve long-term success, and give yourself permission to practice your own power, right? Practice your power. You're more powerful than you realize. If that doesn't tell you anything, you know, your card coming out and the Magician, I mean, I don't know what will. That's like, there we are, Libra, right off the bat. First couple tokens out of the reading. We have authenticity, health, good luck, and saying no. So we're going to be needing to say no to any sort of toxic connection. Remember, saying no to any sort of toxic connection here, and no is a complete sentence, right? So no to tainted offers, to any influences around you that are harmful, that are not authentic, because we have authenticity, whether it's getting to know your true self or showing the world who you really are. It will feel liberating, and it's also going to feel really empowering, right? Health. So making the body changes, staying committed to working out, it's going to lift your mood and bring more joy into your life, Libra. And then there is good luck here. Luck is on your side. Everything you touch will turn into gold and masterpieces. You have that written all over your reading. You have the Sun, the Emperor, the Fool card, Strength, Chariot, Star card. I mean, you have Magician, Justice. This could not get any better, it feels like. All right. So I'm hoping this is for you. I'm hoping this is your reading. All right, Libra. What else? So this week's reading, I already did a financial one for you last week. Or was it last week or the week before? I don't know. I did so many readings, but that already came out for the month of April to May. You know, for the next month-ish, or whenever people find it. Really, they can really resonate even within a couple of months, or really whenever people find it. But this month or this week, it's also going to be the new moon, as I said. So I think that one Thursday maybe. We'll see. All right. And you have beep, buzz. Bring awareness to your day. Every time you hear a beep or buzz from your phone or computer, take a conscious breath. There we are, Libra. There's one way to stay kind of high vibing. Looking at my calendar for us. And yes, we have the Libra Aries New Moon reading will be on the 16th. All right. So that's Eastern time. All right. Let's see. What do we have? Ooh, that one jumped. What's it going to be? I hope it's an animal that does jump. Oh, it's an owl. I mean, I guess they can hop. Owl here. Some of you resonate deeply with owls. I do know that. I feel it anyway. Trust in the protective forces that surround you. Wealth and prosperity is returning to you. For some of you, it's going to be a new level. What else do we have? If it's not exactly coming in this week, I feel like those seeds you're planting are particularly powerful. All right. Rhinoceros. So protect your well-being. Stand up for what you hold dear. Embody the warrior within. And sometimes, Libra, I think I didn't really finish my thought. There's, you know, if you're wanting to kind of help on a global level and you're just feeling like you don't have money, or you can't really go somewhere directly and help, or it's not safe, or that kind of thing, you know, you can. The reason I was saying it's important to kind of, you know, stay high vibing is so that you can send good vibes and prayers and things like that, and even energy healing to situations. Okay. So, you know, on more of a global scale. So that's what I was trying to say with that. All right. Let's see. Oh, we have Otter. Letting go of stress and worry. All is given to you in divine flow if you'll allow it to come to you. And then our galactic angel message is, oh my gosh, remember at the very beginning I said anything is possible? The impossible will become possible, Libra. The planets are aligning. And I think we can thank our friend Aries for that. All right. People have mixed feelings about Aries as far as being a Libra and an Aries. I personally find that energy to be helpful for us air signs, but and sometimes, like I said, opposites can benefit one another. So that's where I am with that, but that's my perspective. All right, Libra. Oh, what's this one? Oh, 2222. Balance and harmony. Maintain your balance with positivity. Kind of a repeat message of what I've been saying. Let's get another one. 33. Blessings. Your angels bring peace, love, and illumination. That's what I have for you, my friends. I'm wishing you a fantastic week ahead. Thank you so much. Stay safe.